Good morning, friends. Welcome to this special English lecture series by Sandhan. Now I am talking with the South Gujarat University students and special the students of semester 4 who have offered English as the special subject. Now I know that you have studied one act play or you have studied some other forms, but today we continue with your paper 6. I think it is in paper 6, and there you have to study R.J. Rees. There you are going to study tragedy form, comedy form and novel form. I am conducting the novel form, and for this we have discussed for last 2 lectures. In the first lecture we discussed about the origin of the novel, and we discussed some definitions by some critics. Today we are going to discuss the development, the growth of the English novel, and we have come up to the 20th century. Let me give you the glimpse of the past, what we have discussed in the last 2 lectures. We discussed the definitions of novel by different critics, and then we discussed about how it became a important literary form in English literature. Then we discussed about the history starting from the medieval period, and then we started our discussion with the 14th century, Chaucer, and then romances. We discussed some works of the Elizabethan period, and then we came to the 17th century. In the 18th century we found the first English novel, that is Pamela by Richardson, published in 1740, which is considered as the first English novel. And then English novel started progressing very fast. Due to some political and social reasons, it became very important form of literature. Now people had no time to read the epics. Due to the time limits, they could not go to the theatres also for dramas. Now for passing time, they started to use this pocket theatre, which we have used as a one word for the novel, that is a pocket theatre. So people started to read the novel in a large number. Then we came to the 19th century, and we discussed about the change in the form of the novel. અત્યાર સુધી આપણે નોવેલને એક રોમાન્સ તરીકે જોતા હતા. લવ સ્ટોરીઝ એમાં વધારે આવતી હતી, પણ હવે due to the industrial revolution and some social problems, they started the social novels. Social issues were included. સામાજિક સમસ્યાઓનો એમાં સમાવેશ થવાનો ચાલુ થયો. જેની શરૂઆત આમ તો ઘણા પહેલેથી થઈ ગઈ હતી, પણ ડિકન્સ અને થેકરે, ખાસ કરીને ડિકન્સ, વી ફાઉન્ડ in Dickens the social issues of England. અને England became the world power. It was ruling the world, and so they got a big mass, huge mass, who started to read English novels and started to purchase also. And so they got the market, they got the revenue, they started to earn money by writing novels. So some writers accepted novel writing as a business. They were earning a lot. They were getting good reward. હવે એમને સારો બદલો પણ મળી રહ્યો હતો એમના લખાણનો. ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ તો નામ અને દામ એમને બંને મળતું હતું. સો they were inspired to write the novel. હવે એક નોવેલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી બની ગયો હતો. પબ્લિશ કરવું, નવલકથાને પબ્લિશ કરવી, હવે એક ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી. ઇટ વોઝ ધેર. So, with this brief discussion of our last 2 lectures, let us start today the discussion with the 20th century. કે નવલકથા ક્યાં પહોંચી છે? Now, during the first 20 years of the 20th century, we find 2 groups of the novels. There were 2 groups. The first group is Stevenson, Barrie, Kipling and Joseph Conrad. So these are the 4 important writers of the first group, and they were motivated to restore the spirit of romance. મેં તમને હાલ જ વાત કરી એ પ્રમાણે હવે નવલકથામાંથી રોમાન્સનું તત્વ, લવ સ્ટોરીઝનું તત્વ થોડું થોડું ઓછું થઈ રહ્યું હતું. ઇટ વોઝ રિડ્યુસિંગ ડ્યુ ટુ ધ સોશિયલ ઇશ્યુઝ, ડ્યુ ટુ ધ પોલિટિકલ રીઝન્સ, ડ્યુ ટુ ધ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ ઓફ ધ પીપલ. અને સેકન્ડ થિંગ હેપન, એઝ યુ નો, 20મી સદીની શરૂઆત, it started with the world wars 1914 to 1918, 1939 to 1942, 1914 થી 18 અને 1939 થી 42 આપણને 2 વિશ્વયુદ્ધ દુનિયાએ સામનો કર્યો. હવે એને કારણે લિટરેચરમાંથી રોમાન્સનું તત્વ ઓછું થઈ ગયું તેમ કહી શકાય. પણ પહેલા ગ્રુપ જેને આપણે સ્ટીવન્સન, બેરી, J.M. Barrie, Rudyard Kipling અને જોસેફ કોનરાડ, they tried to restore the spirit of romance in the English novel. Second tendency, second group is Arnold, Bennett, Galsworthy and H.G. Wells. They started to use English novel as a social document. They used the traditional method to write the novel. So this is the second group which we find in the first 20 years of the 20th century. એના પછી તરત જ આપણને વિશ્વયુદ્ધનો સામનો કરીએ છીએ અને એની અસર આપણને નવલકથાઓ પર થતી દેખાય છે, which we feel over there. Second thing, speed of education એન્ડ એનોર્મસ આઉટપુટ ઓફ ધ નોવેલ્સ. હવે લિટરેસી રેશિયો દુનિયાનો ઊંચો થઈ ગયો છે. રીડિંગ ક્લાસ આપણી પાસે બહુ વિશાળ છે. સદી 20મીની શરૂઆતમાં ઇંગ્લેન્ડ ઇઝ રૂલિંગ over the world, I can say. And education, spread of education અને development new inventions of machine કે જેને કારણે પ્રિન્ટિંગ હવે બહુ ફાસ્ટ થતું હતું. And second thing, novel became a business. Novel publication became, literature publication became a business. એટલે હવે સાહિત્યને પબ્લિકેશન કરવું એક બિઝનેસના રૂપમાં લોકોએ સ્વીકાર્યું હતું. માત્ર પબ્લિકેશન નહીં, પણ રાઇટિંગ ઓફ નોવેલ ઓલ્સો સ્ટાર્ટેડ. પીપલ સ્ટાર્ટેડ ટુ એક્સેપ્ટ ઇટ એઝ અ બિઝનેસ. સેકન્ડ થિંગ હેપન્ડ that the English started to rule and they needed some material for the education. દાખલા તરીકે લોકો ભારતમાં રાજ્ય કરતા હતા 20મી સદીની શરૂઆતમાં. We know that in 1947 they left India, but in the beginning of the 20th century they needed some people in India who can help them. એટલે એ લોકોને એજ્યુકેટ કરવા માટે they needed some material, they needed some books that can be taught to them, and they had these fictions. કારણ કે નવલકથા લોકોને વંચાવી એપિક્સ પોએટ્રી કરતાં થોડી ઇઝી પડે છે એવું કહી શકાય. સો દે સ્ટાર્ટેડ to publish more and more novels for the people whom they wanted to educate. And people, those who were educated, the higher class, started to read English novel. Now, the novel offered number of opportunities to the writers and to the readers. Now, in the first time in the history of English literature, novel became the dominant form. આપણે દરેક એજની વાત કરીશું તો કોઈ વખતે ટ્રેજેડી ફોર્મ ઇઝ ડોમિનેટિંગ, સમટાઈમ વી ફાઇન્ડ સેન્ટિમેન્ટલ કોમેડી, સમટાઈમ વી ફાઇન્ડ સોનેટ ફોર્મ or poetry. Romantic age આવે છે તો poetry is there. There is no drama, there is no novel. In the Victorian period also we found novel, but પહેલી વખતે in the history of English novel, in the history of English literature, novel became a dominating form. New experiments in the form and the subject matter of the novel. It has a long history of almost, I can say, 300 or 400 years. So people started, writers started to make some experiments. હવે કેટલાક નવા ફોર્મ શોધાવાની, નવી સિસ્ટમ ઓફ રાઇટિંગ, I can say. The novel started. New innovations, new experiments started with novel, કે જેને કારણે novel became more and more popular. The rapid changes caused by the two world war have accelerated the development of the novel. વર્લ્ડ વોરને કારણે ટેકનોલોજીનો પણ વિકાસ થયો. And there came new changes in the society. The mindset of the people changed. And what happened? Then came Aldous Huxley, D.H. Lawrence, Virginia Woolf, and James Joyce. Now we are in the મિડ 20th સેન્ચુરી, 1950ની આજુબાજુ હવે આપણે આવી ગયા છે ચર્ચા કરતાં કરતાં, ડિસ્કશન આગળ વધારતા વધારતા. નાઉ વી આર એટ ધ મિડ 20th સેન્ચુરી. સો ધીઝ આર ધ રાઇટર ઓફ ધ મિડ 20th સેન્ચુરી: એલ્ડસ હક્સલી, ડી.એચ. લોરેન્સ, વર્જિનિયા વુલ્ફ એન્ડ જેમ્સ જોયસ. આ નામ તમને બહુ જાણીતા લાગતા હશે. એમના ટાઇટલ્સ, એમના વર્ક્સ યુ વિલ કમ એક્રોસ અગેન એન્ડ અગેન. એઝ એ ફોર્મ શું ચેન્જીસ થયા એ આપણે આના પછી વી આર ગોઈંગ ટુ સ્ટાર્ટ ધ ડિસ્કશન. But let me end with the discussion. There were some innovations and it changed the content and the style of the novel. જે એક જ રીતે જેને આપણે ચીલા ચાલુ ટ્રેડિશનલ સિસ્ટમથી નોવેલ લખાતી હતી, હવે બનતું નહોતું. Now there started some experiments. Now there were two groups, Edwardians and the Georgians. Let us talk about the Edwardians. They were interested to portray the external world as revolutionized by the discoveries in science and the social changes by the progress. The Edwardians, external world and social changes in the society, they started to write. Georgians, they were interested to explore the subconscious human mind with the view to study the influence upon the conduct and the character. પહેલું ગ્રુપ જે બાહ્ય વાતો, દેખાતી વાતો એને ઇન્ક્લુડ કરે છે. They included the external world. And Georgians, they started to write about the inner world of the characters. Inner psychology, not inner psychology, but psychology of the characters. The plots are often merely an excuse for psychological research, and the writers sometimes allowed a stream of thought and the images of flow. Now we are at the end of the 20th century, and there we find the change in the mindset of the people. Now we are not discussing the issues, the novel is not is discussing the issues of pollution and global industrial revolution and number of things, but they are discussing the human psyche. And there came another way of writing, that is stream of consciousness. We find the freedom of expression of all human experiences, and particularly the sexual matters. They break all the traditions, all the old traditions of the novel form. Now the sexual matters also were discussed by the writers. Now the novel started to include every subject under the sun. No limited subjects were there. Only romance, fancies, fairy world. એટલું નથી, પણ નોવેલની અંદર આપણને હવે વી ફાઇન્ડ ઓલ મેટર્સ, ઓલ સબ્જેક્ટ્સ અંડર સન જેને કહ્યું છે. દુનિયામાં જોવા મળતા દરેક વિષય ઉપર હવે કવિતા લખાતી હતી, નવલકથા લખાતી હતી. It came under the influence of the films and the translations. Now films came. Novel found the direct competition from the films. Plus it got the help also from the films. હવે ફિલ્મો નવલકથાને એડેપ્ટ કરવા લાગી હતી. The film script writers started to adapt the novels for their films. And due to that, novel became popular because people were watching the film based on any particular novel, and so they were inspired to read that particular novel. There came the rise of bestseller. હવે શરૂઆત થઈ છે. Now we started the competition in the market for the bestseller. This is a good thing and a bad thing. Both are there. આને કારણે લોકો લખવા પ્રેરાય છે, પણ એક ખરાબ પ્રકારની જેને કહી શકાય, એ કોમ્પિટિશનથી લોકો દોરવાયા છે. Today, if you open any literary magazine, or sometimes you will read in the newspaper also that these 4 books are included, or this book is included for the bestseller of the week, or bestseller of the year, or bestseller of the month. And this book is given this award and that award. So for that, 2 things, awards, bestseller, and money making, novel form is influenced very much. Due to film also. Now we found in the end of the 20th century, we found E.M. Forster, Somerset Maugham, J.B. Priestley, and Graham Greene, the important writers of the 20th century. Now we come to the last portion of our discussion, and that is methods of narration. What happens? The novel has a story, plot, characters, incidents, setting, theme, and philosophy of life. So these are the basic elements which make a novel. But there are different methods to write a novel. As just I told you, new experiments are there. But if we see the basic methods, they do not vary. We find very limited methods to write the novel. The dramatists and the short story writers have time limit. Let us see one thing. The novelist has unlimited time and space to set his scenes, frame his story, and develop the characters. Now let us discuss this thing. We have to compare this form with other forms. Let us start with short story. Short story has very limited characters. It has limited time. It has time constraint. So the short story writer has to look all these things. The dramatist also face the same thing. He has the time limit. If he is writing 1-act play or 3-act play or full length play, but he has to manage the time limit. But the novelist is free. He can go up to 500 pages, 600 pages, 1000 pages also. So he is free to write as long as he can. But for that, he has to select one method or 2 or 3 methods which he has to accept for the novel. And these methods we are going to discuss now. Though we should not forget that too long novels are not good and vice versa. Some of the greatest novels of the world are quite short. any novel must be long enough to build up characters, background and atmosphere. So what should be the length of the novel? It is not certain that it should be of 100 pages or 500 pages. It is up to the novelist. He has to develop the characters. He has to develop the plot. Two things are there. When the writer writes a novel, he has to develop two things. One, characters and plot. And plot includes story also. So when we read a novel, two things we remember: the descriptions of characters and the plot. The writer is free to choose any technique or method. Now which are the methods? Four methods are there. You have to note down this thing. First is narrative method. Second is letter. And the third is stream of consciousness. Let us start with the first one. It is called plain narrative or storytelling. It is very popular method that is employed by most of the novelists of the world. The writer may take what may call an omniscient view. Now what is omniscient view? Let us discuss this word, that is omniscient view. The writer has characters, the writer has a story, but he narrates. It is not a drama. He cannot include long dialogues in the novel, but he has to present the story through narration. He will not only describe the outward behavior and action of the characters, but also the thoughts and feelings. Now he will make the narrations. While discussing the definition of novel, we said comic epic in prose. And while discussing the word epic, we discussed something about this narration. We can compare novel when we discuss about narration with epic. In the epics also we find long narrations. The epic writer is free to make descriptions, narrations as long as he can. But this is not possible for the short story writer. This is not possible at all possible for the dramatist. He cannot narrate anything. He has to put everything in the dialogue form. But the short story novelist is free. Let us take once again the example of this studio. If anyhow this studio comes in the description of the novel, the novelist has time, or the novelist can describe this studio as long as he can. He has time. He can describe everything very minutely, in detail. He can describe each and everything which he finds in and out this studio. He narrates. He narrates everything as an omniscient person. Omniscient, સર્વજ્ઞ, જે બધું જાણે છે, who knows everything, outward and inward, external and internal things he knows about the studio. In this way, he will describe the studio. The same thing happens with characters also. He can describe the characters as he likes, and he can describe the sentiments, emotions, feelings of each and every character. That is called omniscient, સર્વજ્ઞ. અને એટલા માટે રાઇટરને આપણે ક્રિએટર કહ્યો છે, સર્જક કહ્યો છે. Now you will understand why we use the word, the Gujarati word, let me repeat, સર્જક, which is used for God also. The word સર્જક, creator, is used for God, the creator, who has created the world. So in that way, the novelist also creates his world. But he narrates, he describes, he uses long descriptions. Conversation he can use. No only descriptions are there, but we find some conversations by the characters. While discussing the novel form, we discussed that it's a loose form, free form. The writer is free to use any style, any method. A novel gives this opportunity that he can use descriptions, he can use poems also, he can use dialogues also. Any method he can use. Let us see. Let us take one example. Galsworthy, who got the Nobel Prize in Chancery. In Chancery, 1920 is a very important example of his method, of this method. Now, sociological problems, upper middle class, and satire as a weapon. Now, what we find in Galsworthy? Sociological problems, upper middle class, and satire he used as a weapon to write his novels. The omniscient point of view of the novelist may seem ridiculous. Now what happens? As a common reader, we will have some questions. Okay, how can a writer know about each and every character in detail? External world, okay, but how can he understand the feelings of each other, each character? So it looks very ridiculous for some people. કેટલાક લોકોને આ વસ્તુ ridiculous લાગે છે. એ સમજતા નથી કે રાઇટર આવું કેવી રીતે કરી શકે છે. Or sometimes the writer tells the story. He adopts the I method, first person singular method, or the conversation method. He starts with I. Sometimes the writer may be present in the story, or sometimes he describes only. He is not present. He describes only. But when the writer comes and he describes everything, we feel that it looks very realistic. It looks very real. જ્યારે કોઈ બનાવ બન્યો હોય અને વ્યક્તિ પોતે આપી અને બોલે જેની સાથે બનાવ બન્યો છે, if he comes, himself comes, then it would look more real. So this is a realistic method. David Copperfield, everything is narrated by David himself. In David Copperfield, one example I have given, that is in David Copperfield, we find everything narrated by David himself. Dickens can describe everything as it seems to David, not to himself. Second thing, two things are there. One, if the writer describes himself, then this is his point of view. But if he writes like David Copperfield, that one character is telling a story, one character describing the story, then he has to write from the character's point of view. એ જે વસ્તુ ડેવિડ ફીલ કરે છે એ રીતે લખવાનું છે. અને ફર્સ્ટ પર્સન સિંગ્યુલર મેથડમાં જે કવિને ફીલ થાય છે પોતાને, he has to write that thing. But the writer has some restrictions. If he writes with the Dickens style, I can say, with David Copperfield style, he has some restrictions. The narrator can often make a narrative stronger and more lifelike. જો નેરેટિવ સ્ટાઇલ રાઇટર પોતે લખે છે તો ને રિયાલિસ્ટ લાગે છે. Now, due to that, most of the writers use this method. So, this is the most popular, widely used method. મોટે ભાગે નવલકથાઓ આ મેથડથી લખાતી હોય છે. એને આપણે નેરેટિવ મેથડ કહીએ છીએ. Modern novelists have more conversation than narrative. Now in this novel, in this method, we can use some conversations also, not only narrations. Writer is free. કેટલાક પાત્રો વાતો કરતા આપણને લાગે છે, વાતો કરતા હોય, જેને આપણે કોન્વર્સેશન કહીશું, ડાયલોગ કહીશું. And some writers like Jane Austen, એમની નવલકથાઓ તો આપણને એકદમ ડ્રામા જેવી લાગે, આપણે ડ્રામામાં કન્વર્ટ કરી શકીએ, ઇઝીલી કરી શકાય. Some modern novels seems to me dramas, as just I discussed about Jane Austen and other writers. No doubt, it becomes more interesting for the readers. પણ જ્યારે બે પાત્રો વાતો કરતા હોય ત્યારે આપણને થોડું રિયાલિસ્ટ લાગે છે. So writers are making use of both the methods, narrative and conversation. Due to that, it becomes interesting. Otherwise, if the writer narrates only, it becomes little bit boring. લાંબા વર્ણનો વાંચવાથી કદાચ આપણને કંટાળો આવી શકે. પણ if we have dialogues, conversations in between, it becomes little bit interesting. No doubt, it becomes more interesting for the readers. The novelist must know how the characters speak in the real life. Now, if the writer is using the conversation method, the writer has to understand how the characters talk in the real life. Let me give you one example. દાખલા તરીકે એમાં કોઈ ઘરની વાત આવે છે કે જેમાં એક સફાઈ કામદાર અને ઘર માલિક, મકાન માલિક જે એજ્યુકેટર છે, હાઈ ક્લાસ સોસાયટી છે, એ બંને વચ્ચેનો ડાયલોગ આવે છે. આ વાતનું વર્ણન લેખક કરી રહ્યા છે. So what will happen? The writer has to understand, writer must know the language, the method of talking, the level of thinking of the two characters. અને એક ડાયલોગ લખવો પડશે હાયર ક્લાસ સોસાયટીમાં બોલાતા વ્યક્તિ દ્વારા, અને બીજો ડાયલોગ લોઅર ક્લાસ વ્યક્તિ બોલી રહ્યો છે. હી હેઝ ટુ મેનેજ બોથ ધ થિંગ્સ. નાઉ what will happen? Perhaps he may be able to manage any one dialogue. કદાચ એને હાયર ક્લાસના ડાયલોગમાં લખવાની સરળતા રહી શકે, પણ જે લોઅર ક્લાસ જે વ્યક્તિ બોલે છે એ કદાચ સારી રીતે ન પણ લખી શકે. But now one thing is that before some years people used to use different types of method. લોકો જુદી રીતે બોલતા હતા. But if we see today, we don't find that. આજે લોઅર ક્લાસનો વ્યક્તિ પણ શુદ્ધ ગુજરાતી અથવા શુદ્ધ અંગ્રેજી બોલી શકે. So that can be the part of the novel. That is one thing. Second method is later method. પહેલી મેથડ હતી આપણી narrative method, conversation method. Now we go to the second method, that is the later method. Sometimes the novelist will choose to tell his story through a series of letters. પાત્રો એકબીજાને પત્ર લખે છે અને એ રીતે નવલકથા આગળ વધે છે. This method has its own advantages and disadvantages. Now you think about a novel in which you find number of letters. One character is in one city, another character is in another city. એક પાત્ર બીજા પાત્રને પત્ર લખે છે અને એ દ્વારા the plot develops, the story develops, and we understand the characters. એમના પત્રો દ્વારા. There are some limitations of this method. One is, it is very difficult to write in a number of different styles. Now what will happen? If he writes number of letters, નવલકથા છે એટલે you will find long descriptions. So in the letters, he cannot use the same method. He has to come with some variation. Style he has to change. પણ પત્ર લખવાની style, we know that we cannot write in different styles. The letters we cannot write in different styles. The first novel which we have discussed, Pamela, Richardson has followed this method. Pamela is written with letter method. Remember, કે જેમાં Pamela is the heroine who is poor and young. We can say she is working as a sweeper in somebody's house. So she writes letters to his relatives, and there we understand her feelings. But there are some critics who says that how can an illiterate girl write this type of long letters? So this criticism we found about Pamela. So in his next novel, Clarissa Harlow, we find an educated girl. રિચાર્ડસન પોતાની ભૂલ તો ના કહી શકાય, પણ પોતાની જે એક વસ્તુ કરી હતી એમને પામેલામાં એ બદલે છે. In Pamela, there was an uneducated girl who was writing long letters, and through these letters we understood the story, the feelings of that character. So in the next letter, in the next novel, Richardson changed અને એનું જે મેઇન કેરેક્ટર છે એ એજ્યુકેટેડ છે અને એ લખે છે લોંગ લેટર્સ એન્ડ ધીસ લુક્સ રિયાલિસ્ટ. આ આપણને થોડું વાસ્તવિક લાગે છે. Now we go to the next method, that is stream of consciousness. આ કદાચ શબ્દ તમારા માટે નવો હોઈ શકે. સ્ટ્રીમ, જેને આપણે ઝરણું કહીએ છીએ, નાની નદી કહી શકાય. ઓફ કોન્શિયસનેસ, સભાનતા. સેકન્ડ ઇઝ ઇન્ટિરિયર મોનોલોગ, અને ઇન્ટિરિયર મોનોલોગ પણ કહેશો. વોટ ઇઝ ઇન્ટિરિયર મોનોલોગ? ઇન્ટિરિયર, આંતરિક, અને મોનોલોગ. ડાયલોગ ઉપરથી શબ્દ આવ્યો છે મોનોલોગ. મોનો એટલે સિંગલ અને ડાયલોગ જ્યારે એક વ્યક્તિ બોલે છે એને આપણે મોનોલોગ કહીએ છીએ. બટ ઇટ ઇઝ ઇન્ટિરિયર મોનોલોગ, આંતરિક, એક વ્યક્તિનું બોલવું. Now these words are clear: stream of consciousness and interior monologue. Now what happens? This is the method used by the modern writers. Now we are in the 20th century and the 21st century, and this method is used by these writers only. Now let me clarify. Before some years, people were talking a lot. લોકો એકબીજા સાથે વાતો કરતા. Joint families. People were open. They were simple. They were discussing a lot with their family members, with their friends, with their relatives, brothers and sister, husband and wife. They are talking a lot. But now we talk too little. We think too much. Thinking is going on. This process is powerful. Our thinking process is powerful. Our interior is working very fast. So in this method, the writer comes with this type of characters who think too much. Some modern novelists like Virginia Woolf and James Joyce use this method. Note it down. This method is used by the modern writers, I mean 20th century writers, that is Virginia Woolf and James Joyce. Now they follow the principle of Freud. Freud, you know, a psychologist. So they are writing from the psychological point of view. આનું બીજું નામ સાયકોલોજીકલ નોવેલ પણ છે, મનોવૈજ્ઞાનિક નવલકથાઓ, જેમાં મનની વાત આવે છે, ઇમોશન્સની વાત આવે છે, સેન્ટિમેન્ટ્સની વાત આવે છે. And the writer enters in the heart, in the mind of the characters, and he reads the heart, I can say. એ પાત્રોના હૃદયને વાંચે છે. અને જે પાત્રો શું વિચારે છે, all these things he describes. So this is difficult one, I can say. પાત્રના મન સુધી પહોંચવું, એના હૃદય સુધી પહોંચવું અને વાતો લાવી અને લખવી કે શું વિચારે છે. That is difficult one. But the writers are doing it. They believe that some important activities of human mind take place below the level of the conscience. Now we know that two minds are working, conscious mind and subconscious mind. So I am talking consciously. The characters the novelist describe are conscious. What they are doing, their external activities, all these things. But in their subconscious mind also, number of things are going on, which the writer reads or he or she presents. For the readers. You please note down, the writer enters the minds of the characters and share their stream of consciousness. Then not only the external activities. So in these novels we find limited characters. So let us compare these three methods. One is narrative method, conversational method, second is letter method, and just now we are discussing stream of consciousness method. So in the narrative method, writer describes number of things, and generally he or she does not enter in the minds of the character, but he describes about the external activities, day-to-day activities of the characters. In the later writing also, we find the effect of the stream of consciousness novel. Stream of consciousness method. Let us talk about Pamela. She is writing the novel. She is writing a letter. So the flow of the thoughts will come in the form of the words in the letter. એના મગજની જે વાતો છે, એના હૃદયની જે વાતો છે, એ પોતે શબ્દ રૂપે પત્રમાં લખે છે. અને પત્ર આપણને નવલકથામાં રાઇટર લખીને મૂકે છે આપણા માટે. But we are talking about this method exclusively used, thoroughly used. હવે લવનો થીમ હોય કે ફ્રેન્ડશિપનો થીમ હોય કે if any other theme is there, so the writer uses this method and he writes about what the character is thinking about other characters or about himself or about the world. But these works are sometimes hard to understand, because when the writer describes about the thinking of the character, we know that the thinking is not straightforward, it is zigzag. આપણા વિચારો એક લીટીમાં નથી ચાલતા, આપણે એક વસ્તુનો નથી વિચારતા. We are thinking number of things together. આપણને એક સમયે ઘણા બધા અલગ અલગ વિચારો આવે છે. You are listening my lecture, but if you follow your mind, you will find that number of thinking, number of thoughts are coming, flowing in your mind. So if you sit and write down all these thoughts, what will happen? It will not be a story-like thought. Stream ની જેમ ચાલે છે. Stream. ઉબડ ખાબડ. We are going. Zigzag we are going. So all these things come, and due to that, these novels are hard to understand for a common man. So they are not very popular for the common reader. Okay, so students, we have discussed the three topics. One, definition of novel. Then we discussed about the development of the novel form, and at last we discussed about the methods of writing the novel. I hope I could make the topic clear before you. So prepare this thing for examination. All the best for the exam and have a nice day. Thank you.